Ooh, child, good morning. Today, I am on another, it's not a rant, just on another vibe, right? Underdeveloped minds. These people with these underdeveloped minds will make you think you crazy. That just goes back to what I was talking about yesterday about protecting your peace. And there's nothing in particular that's going on. Just saying that there are seasons where things happen, and things that lay dormant or things that you've tolerated for a long time, and people who are underdeveloped and have not really worked on their healing, but always talking about peace and protecting their peace, and I'm elevating, and I don't like drama. You will soon get a chance to see how undeveloped their minds are and how toxic and stuck in their trauma they are. So I'm gonna talk about something, and people always want to disconnect life experience and science. Neuroplasticity is a real thing. It's the theory of, or the concept, that when you are introduced to new experiences, you can't unlearn them. The mind, the brain then has learned something new, and it has shown it has the ability to stretch and to create new synapses from the experience that they've put themselves in or they've been introduced to. So people with undeveloped minds have chose to stay in spaces that don't stretch their capabilities, and they're comfortable there. So a lot of this trauma and transgenerational or intergenerational or generational trauma, or as they call it, spiritual curses, are a lot of creating the same experiences. One, abuse. There are multiple types of abuse, and people think that one isn't as significant as the other. Verbal abuse, emotional abuse, physical abuse, and then I believe the worst is sexual abuse, because a child or the person that has experienced it has not had the opportunity to express or have autonomy over themselves and over their body. So the same thing it is with mental abuse, but it's just a slow cook. See, because mental and verbal abuse, you get used to, like, women or people who call their daughters bitches, call their sons punks, punch them in the chest. Like, that's not making them tough. It's not even making them resilient. It's making them obstinate, angry, or it's breaking who they are. Now, I'm not against discipline. I'm not against discipline at all. Discipline is necessary. I believe in don't spare the rod, you spoil the child if you do. But there are things that are, let's say, emotionally relevant to the person, right? So that goes back to something else that parents don't like to do, and it's just that thing where parents and people, because I said so, there are certain ways you can approach one person that you can't approach another. That doesn't make that person mean, it doesn't make me comfortable. And so me saying that I'm not comfortable with the way that certain things are expressed to me, if a person cares about me, they will readdress, they will fix it up. Because when it's something that they want, or it's an opportunity that they want to participate in, or they know that if they don't dress up their character and approach a person or a situation or organization or a affiliation or whoever it is a certain kind of way, they're not going to get dealt with. So why isn't it the same way in family? I'm saying all this to say that people really need to check in again with themselves. Some people's minds are very undeveloped because the same status quo that goes for a person that belongs to them doesn't fly when it's addressed to a person that's not inside their circle or their tribe, and they can't see the relevancy or the legitimacy in it. But undeveloped people, the world is made of them, and there's no way to escape it. And some people we have to coexist with. True. But again, that goes back to protecting my peace. I can coexist. I do not have to sit in a space or allow people to make me feel uncomfortable to make them feel okay. And that is what has happened in a lot of areas. And I'll talk about the second point in a lot of people's lives. And I'll say even in mine. I don't care about people talking about me. I don't care about people not liking me. That's their bag. That's okay. That's fine. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and vice versa. But what I do is respect people, period. I respect the space. I respect the fact that we don't mesh, and that's fine. It don't have to be ugly. It don't have to be I talk about you. It don't have to be I try to fight. It don't have to be none of that. I stay out your way, you stay out mine. We just don't, whatever. It's nothing. But the thing of it is people want you to shrink to make them feel comfortable. I teach my children, as I've taught every last one of them, from the oldest to the youngest. You don't shrink to fit in a box. A box can't contain you. It's you too big for a box. So if you have to dilute yourself or not show up as your full authentic self so that another person feels comfortable, you might be in the wrong company. You might be in the wrong space. For many years, growing up and exercising and thinking I was exercising a lot of my autonomy, I played small because I wanted to fit in, or I wanted to hang around this group of people that I thought, you choose your tribe, you think these are your people. And at that time, in your adolescent, undeveloped, not executive functioning mind, that might have been your space where you were placed, or where you placed yourself, or even in your environment where you grew up. But even as a child, children know that, children even know that there's something special about them. It's undeveloped adults, undeveloped individuals that want to make who that child is fit in their world, make them comfortable. Because when you have a child, or when you experience a person that's got something big inside of them, they have a spirit that is really too big for they're who they are. Like, you'd be like, you old people will always say that child has been here before, or that person wise beyond their years, because children are gifts from God. Humans, just the fact that we exist in this realm is a gift. Now, who you've been entrusted to, and how they have nurtured you, convolutes the child. But then you have some children that have that natural lion in them that will fight for their autonomy, that will fight to exist, and will fight to be who they are. And I challenge parents and people who work with young adults, and people who just work in spaces where people haven't had access to opportunities, but have something in them that, if it was developed, would be big. Quit trying to stifle people in their growth. Quit trying to stifle people in their process because it makes you uncomfortable. If you can't encourage, don't discourage. And if you can't help, don't hurt. That's just my perspective. That's always been mine. If I can't help you, I'm not going to hurt you. If I am going to be a hindrance, I'm going to get out your way. And that's how I feel. Let me go where I have to be. And maybe the blessing that has been bestowed on me will circle back and help bring you along. But don't try to pick my fruit before it's ripe. And don't try to chop down my tree. And don't try to kill my joy. I am just tired of undeveloped people. Underdeveloped minds. Old, emotional, underdeveloped minds, 80, 70, 90, 50, they will still operate in the adolescence, or in the realm of where they were fractured or hurt, because they've been injured and they stayed comfortable in that space. And people always say, oh, well, that's just who they are, or, that's just so and so. It don't make it okay. Don't make it okay. I am the fighter for the underdog, and I will absolutely, those that are oppressed, and I'm solution oriented. I don't like problems. So I am one that will solve problems. I'll talk it through, and I'm the friend or the person that I'm gonna give it to you raw, real, and uncut, because I can take it. I can dish it. I can take it. I've been working on my delivery. A lot of times I work on my delivery, but you know what? Unfiltered is just, it just works. I think the shock factor really gets a person to listen sometimes. Because when you identify things in your life that have caused you to not grow, and you don't address it and change it, means you like being you comfortable in the spaces that you're in. Stay away from people that you want to try to make acquiesce to your lifestyle, though, because people that want to grow not gonna stay. It's not. You might try to abuse them for a little while, emotionally, verbally, financially abuse, where you withhold certain things, especially if you're in a relationship, in a marriage or whatever. But eventually, it's gonna come a time when that window go open, the door, some opportunity is gonna come, and that person is going to take advantage of that and leave you behind if you fail to grow. My thing is, as a mother, as a sister, as a friend, I am going to root for you as long as what you're trying to do is improvement. And so if you got to hug a tree, if you got to go on a spiritual journey, I am cheering for you. Stay away from negative people. Stay away from people that reveal that they have undeveloped minds. And when you notice that is, quit trying to make a silk purse out of a pig's ear. Quit trying to quit looking at the world through the lens of rainbows, fairy dust, and unicorns, and putting on the rose-colored glasses. What you see is what you get sometimes. It's not, you don't have to work with anything. You don't have to try to fix people, because sometimes people just like who they are, and that's fine. But let them find the people that are like them. Only problem is 9 times out of 10, the people that are like them don't benefit them. So they will put on a mask, wear the costume, play long enough to pull you down into their hole, and then when they don't, they're looking for somebody else to kill. No. On that note, I know it sounds like a whole rant and a tangent, but I'm serious. Neuroplasticity. You're never too old to learn new things. They say you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but with community, with the right people surrounding you, and a willing participant, a person can stretch their mind and experience new growth, new experiences. Just make sure that the box ain't so fractured that it end up sucking you in too. All right, have a great day.